Hey guys, so I want to try something different there today. I was looking through some old pictures and I noticed I had some cool selfies with bass players I admired, and it also brought to mind that video of Dave Grohl where he's like running away from a bunch of autograph chasers.
One thing?
I'm gonna say it one more time.
I know, but one thing.
I'm gonna say it one more
May I
time.
have your selfie?
I stopped signing shit unless it's for charity. Okay?
Can we donate something? Can we donate?
You said that in New
I'm
York
sorry.
and then signed in DC the next day.
That's it.
Can you
All
put
right.
your name on it, please?
You can write my son's name on it.
Here's the other thing. See ya.
And I'm not really into giving autographs myself because I have a terrible signature and I don't see the point too much really. But if it's your thing, fair enough. But I definitely do enjoy getting a good selfie. And sure, if you have any cool ones with bass players you admire, send them on to me. So I picked out 4 here for the crack and then one that got away. So the first one here up on the left, it's not as quite a selfie, but it's me playing Gerry McAvoy's 1957 telly bass. So that was taken in Warrenpint. Some Rory fanatic brought up a load of Rory stuff and he had it in this hall and we all got to have a look at it, and Gerry was there, he brought his stuff. So I was playing it anyway and I actually started doing a bit of slap on it and Gerry gave me a dirty look as in, what the hell are you doing? And he swiftly took it back. But it was pretty cool. Then a good few years later I got to have a podcast interview with Gerry on my own podcast, Spacecraft, and we had a great chat. I just read Riding Shotgun, his book, the week before I interviewed him, so I had loads of good questions to ask, and it wasn't just the usual stuff like what was Rory like, what did he like for dinner, or whatever like that. It was like stuff I want to know about Gerry's bass journey, and I definitely still think that's one of the best interviews he's done and it's worth checking out. So then second picture here is myself and Mr. Nick Oliveri from Caius, Mondo Generator, and you probably know him from Queens of the Stone Age. So the story with that one is he was doing, my friend Julian was promoting a tour for him around Ireland, and he was in Oliver Plunk, no, he was in Cypress Avenue in Cork. And I went down to see the gig, and Julian said come down early, you can hang out with him and meet him and all that. So I arrived early and he was just actually pulling up to the venue and he was completely lost on Oliver Plunkett Street. If you've ever been in Cork, it's all one way and all that. He didn't know what was going on. Anyway, I showed him out to get in there. You're trying to slip up the side street there going the wrong way, and he got in. So we had a quick chat and a hangout. I let him do his sound check and I went off and got food. But then I went up to him anyway before the gig, and he was in full party mode. Like, it was tequila going, the band on before him were what I call New Valley Wolves, Johnny and the boys, and they were hitting it hard on the tequila, and the gig was great. And I know some of his back catalogue with his solo stuff, so I was shouting out some tunes. So I went backstage again anyway, and we were hanging out. So what's the story with this 4-finger thing he's doing? So after some more tequila and some beers, he was saying that he was planning, and I hope I'm not giving away your big secret here, Nick, he was planning to do like a coffee table book of bass players, and he wanted a picture of them all in it, and it was going to be called And Then There Were 4, 4 strings. So he said he was going to put me in the book, so please give me the shout, Nick, if you ever get around to doing this book. And that's what the 4-finger gesture was about. And actually we had a great night. We went out to the Cray Lane and we kept the party going. I didn't really. He burnt me out. I couldn't drink. I remember the last thing I remembered is Johnny from New Valley Wolves falling off his chair because the tequila was hitting him. And I just remember going back to I had a little homemade camper van, like, a van with a mattress in the back kind of job at the time. And I just went to that and went to sleep. And I woke up the next morning and I was dying. And I had the Cork parking app and I just kept topping up my parking. And it must have been about 3 o'clock by the time I finally felt well enough to get up and drive home. But thank God for the app because it was handy. I could just stay in bed and top it up away there. So then this other picture is also in Cork. It's Adam Neely, famous YouTuber, and I went to check him out and he was awesome. I was really impressed by his playing and his chops. Like, he was doing some lovely soloing and he was a great band leader, and wow, he's an impressive player. I know that he's well known for his music theory knowledge and his brilliant videos, but he's equally as impressive as a player in his own right. And we had a nice chat after, and I got the picture with him. As you can see there, he looks like a sound guy because he is. And he actually made a really good video about that trip to the Jazz Fest or something. I don't know what it's called. I'll link it down below. It's something like doing 10 gigs in 2 days at Cork Jazz. And then down in the bottom right here, we have a picture of myself and Norman Wartroy, the bass player who wrote this amazing bass line, Hit Me With Your Rhythm Stick, with the Blockheads. You've definitely heard the bass line. You might be too familiar with the band's other work. And story with that one was I was doing the main stage at Rory Fest and he was playing with Wilco, and I said to the promoter, do you think they'd mind if I went back and got a picture? And they said, well, Wilco doesn't like to be disturbed backstage. And I get that. A lot of people are like that. Anyway, I wasn't looking to talk to Wilco, so I went backstage and I was looking for Norman, but I couldn't find him. So I walked straight up to Wilco, and you could see it in his eyes. He was like, oh God, why is this guy disturbing me? And I was like, do you know where Norman Watright is? And then he pointed me towards Norman, and he was almost thinking, why doesn't he want to talk to me? But I didn't disturb him, and R.I.P. Wilco. He was a great player, and it's sorry to see him gone. But anyway, Norman was there in the corner, and we had a quick chat about bass, and there's another bass player in the picture with me. I can't remember his name, but he was looking for the selfie too. And it was great to meet him, and I'm sorry about the hat. That's like festival clothes, isn't it? You only wear them at festivals. And it's cool to see he's touring now with James Oliver, blues guitarist from England. So I'll definitely catch Norman again. So that's the 4 that I picked out. And the one that got away is with Dusty from ZZ Top, Dusty Hill. So we supported Crow Black Chicken, supported ZZ Top in Cork. I think it was 2016. Basically, the story was we were asked, would we be available for the gig to support them about a year before it happened? And of course we said, yeah, definitely. And that was it. We never heard again a word. So we all bought tickets to see ZZ Top, and we got booked to play the after show at midnight in the Crane Lane. And we're even going to meet up with the fans before the gig for some beers, because it was, ZZ Top are coming to Cork. It's exciting. So at about 2:00 that day, I got an email. Are you guys ready to support ZZ Top? And that was literally the only contact. That there was nothing preempting this. So of course I was like, what the hell? We were all going to the gig, so I knew we were available. So I rang the drummer, Jev. He was available. I was ringing Christy, no answer. And then I think his son picked up his phone. Was like, there's like 20 missed calls here. Like, what's going on? So got through to him finally. Panic stations. We had 5:00 was load in. 2:00 we found out about the gig. Headed down to Cork. Went in. Like, we're green. We had never done a gig this big in our lives. It was panic station. So we got down there anyway. We were brought in backstage. They couldn't have been nicer. They were like treating us the same as any band. And we went into catering and we sat down and we had food. And Billy Gibbons comes over and talks to us. He says, hi, my granny was from Cork. I'm delighted to be here. Just being really friendly. And Dusty wasn't there having food at the time, so there was no chance for a selfie. So then it came time for us to go on stage. So I was just about to go on stage, and Dusty was actually standing beside the stage, on the stairs, just chilling. And I was like, "Fuck!" I might have had a camera phone at the time, but it was a crap one. But I still could have got a picture. And I just said, I won't disturb him. I'll leave him alone. Sure, we might meet again. But unfortunately, Dusty has also passed away since then, so I'll never get a picture with him. And I do regret that. I should have just went over and got a quick picture. I'm sure he wouldn't have minded. And the gig was phenomenal. It was amazing to support the lads. And we went and we played the midnight gig after as well. So the people that came to the show got to see us twice. And some of our fans missed seeing us because they were waiting for us at the meetup before the gig. But, that's the way it goes. So, yeah, I'm hoping to add to my collection of pictures with bass players. For me, it's a fun thing to look back on. Some people probably think it's silly, but it takes 2 seconds to get a selfie with someone, and I'm sure I'll root out some more if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's it. If you have any cool ones yourself, let me know, and good luck.